Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. Car's finished in Nighthawk black with a black leather interior. 58 plate vehicle with 69,000 miles on the clock. Car is absolutely beautiful. It's got the full dynamic aero kit in it, which is very, very sought after. That basically comprises this much deeper, meaner looking front bumper, as you can see there. Same on the back, the rear bumper and a high level rear spoiler. The car's in really lovely condition. Just one lady owner from new, full Honda history. All the lights and lenses there completely intact, as you see. Bumper corners all absolutely fine. Bonnet's very, very good. I only could spot just a couple of very minor stone chips there, but all in very nice order. Bumper corner on this side again, equally very, very clean and tidy. Absolutely mirror smooth down the panel work there. It's got impact protectors, little mouldings on the side of the doors, which isn't standard on this car as well. Front wing very, very clean. Alloy completely unmarked, which is a rarity on the near side of a car. And then come down the panel work here, all really nice. As I say in most of my videos, you know, I do encourage people to come and see the cars quite clearly. Sorry, rear alloy, absolutely perfect. You know, there will be, this is a used car, 9 years old, so there will be marks which the video doesn't show. So I do encourage people to come and see. I try and pick up as many as I possibly can for you, and certainly anything glaring. Rear bumper again, as you can see there, with the inserts and deeper, bulkier looking bumper on the back of these. And I love this angle on the CR-Vs. It's a really lovely angle for them, especially with this dynamic pack. That high level spoiler isn't boy racerish, it just gives it a really nice purposeful stance. But all very, very, very clean and tidy. As with any car, any black car especially, you know, there will be the odd little mark brushed into the paintwork, but they are few and far between. There's no indentations down this side on the offside at all. Side rear alloy, absolutely as clean as a whistle. And then just come down the remainder of the paintwork. So all very good and very original, which is really nice to see. We've done no paintwork on this car at all. And then final alloy, really good. And just to let you know, by the time this video ends, it goes to live online, it's going to benefit from a brand new set of front brake discs and pads as well. But looking at the car externally, in really, really good condition. Coming to the boot area, this is absolutely huge boot on the CR-Vs. You've got 60-40 fold on the rear seats, or I should say 40-40-20 in effect, because the middle one can fold down independently as well. The seats also go forward on runners, so you can actually add another sort of 7 or 8 inches of boot space as well, very easily. Just to let you know, we're very transparent about these things. It didn't come with tonneau cover or this little middle shelf, which I think is utterly useless, but the tonneau cover didn't come. We have asked the dealership we bought the car from to contact the last owner to see if they have it, but I cannot make a promise that it will turn up. Hopefully it will. Let's come to the back now. And the inside rear door card, very, very clean and tidy. So this isn't always given on CR-Vs. They are used for family use and can quite often be a little bit battered about. It's nothing to do with build quality, it's to do with the little oaks that like to kick the back of seats, as mine do. The seats on this one, back of seats, all plastics are in absolutely fabulous order. Really, really is. Door card on that side again, very good. Leatherwork is in absolutely beautiful condition, really is. Tons and tons and tons of real legroom on these CR-Vs, absolutely masses. Driver's door card again, very nice. Only a few little light marks on there where sort of bracelets are caught, but I mean, I've been hypercritical in all honesty. But everything's in very nice order. As I said, the original mats on the car obviously have got a heel mark, as you can probably see down there on the mat there. But obviously that's what you expect after so many years. Leather seat, driver seat in very, very nice condition. Likewise, you just go across the passenger seat, it looks almost as new. It's in very, very nice condition as well. Just any sort of wear is very minor and absolutely in keeping with its age of mileage. Obviously EX specs, you get this lovely panoramic roof, so just press a button, flick it back and the coverage over, so bright sunny days, days like today, you can have a lot more natural light inside the car, which is lovely. So I sat in the car now, engine's running as it has been all the way through, passenger door card, pretty much as new as well. Dashboard is in fantastic condition, absolutely superb. Little storage area up here, again, it's got a little power lead in this one, it's been fitted to the car. You might need an adapter for more modern types of phones. Sat nav, as you can see there, working absolutely perfectly. If I pop it into reverse here, you've got a crystal clear parking camera on the back, which complements the parking sensors front and rear. So genuinely, absolutely no excuses to biff the car. Air conditioning working perfectly as well, blowing out lovely cold air. Dual zones, you can do different temperatures side to side. Obviously automatic gearbox lever, all in beautiful order. Centre console area, again, all really tidy. Heated seats, all working absolutely as they should. But it's more the way the car's been kept. It's been just kept in a really nice condition. Let's pull that back there. You can hopefully see if I can pull that back down. Don't know whether you can, it's very dark, but you've got extra little power points there, so it's quite a dark day today. Come across the main binnacle of the car, just pan in there, 69,909 miles, absolutely no warning lights. As you can see, engine is running. Auto lights, auto wipers, multifunction steering wheel here, got audio top left, cruise control top right, and we've got hands-free functions on the bottom left there, which works perfectly. I've got my phone paired to this to test it out, but really is in absolutely fantastic condition in here. So the video, in all honesty, quite often is the case, doesn't really do it justice. So finally, just come under the engine bay, all very nicely presented as you expect from Honda. Fantastic engines, they're cam chain driven, so there's no belts to change, so no big service due. Wonderfully tough and reliable. Incidentally, they always sound a lot noisier on the videos than you do when you're physically stood here, just by dint of the microphone. The car, as I said, has been serviced exclusively at Honda. It wasn't quite due a service, but we have serviced the vehicle ourselves now, and it's just gone through a brand new independent MOT, and it passed without any advisories or failures at all. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right then, this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered RE58UEX, and mileage at the start of this brief road test is 69,867 miles. The reason for the road test, as I say in all of them, is very simple. The internet's made looking for cars very easy indeed, and people are now willing to travel an awful lot further to go and see cars. Problem with that, of course, is that if you go and you spend hours on the road to go and look for a car, and there's a fundamental problem with the car mechanically or otherwise that you should have been told about, it can be hugely frustrating when you get there only to find out that you haven't been told. And we've been on the receiving end ourselves. That's why we do the videos. You know, we don't ask people to rely on it entirely, we never have done. We always recommend people come and see, view and drive the cars to make sure that they are as we say. Road test also done on exactly the same road test route as any prospective buyer will go on, so should be representative of what you should feel. So starting with the car, I'll do it in a kind of an order, I guess. Engine of the vehicle, it's been brilliantly maintained, this car, all the way through by Honda. Very apparent when you drive the car. It feels very tight. The engine is as sweet as you like. Starts absolutely instantly, settles to a very smooth, very even idle. There's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge, it's been running for a while, now running at a third on the gauge, which is exactly where it wants to be on a Honda car. As I said, the engine's very sweet revving. For those that don't know, these cars have cam chains, they don't have cam belts, so there's no scheduled cam belt change on them at all, because it hasn't got one, which obviously can save an awful lot of money and running costs, but it's also a much better way to join top and bottom of engine, in my personal opinion. Engine runs through into the automatic gearbox, which is a classic Honda auto box, very smooth shifting even. It feels again very tight indeed, which I'd expect because these are incredibly tough units. What you should do with an automatic gearbox, which most people know, is when it's nice and warm, not when it's cold, but when it's warm, just pop it into neutral and then select drive and or reverse or both. And just see if there's any kind of delays in engaging gear, see if there's any sort of thumps or otherwise, which there shouldn't be, because obviously that would suggest that there's wear internally in the gearbox. But this is absolutely fine. The whole powertrain of the car, for want of a better expression, is absolutely spot on. It's also a very nice match to the engine. The auto gearbox works really well. It's not needlessly shifting up and down the whole time, and the engine's flexible enough to be able to cope as well. But it's, you know, as an example of one, absolutely faultless, it really is. Steering the car, tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel of the car at all. More importantly, it doesn't feel like there's any wear in the steering either. You know, when I'm turning, it's got an immediacy to it, which is really nice, which again suggests that there's just no wear in kind of the sort of ball joints, track rod ends, that kind of stuff. It all feels really tight and taut. Likewise, the suspension of the vehicle, you know, these are very comfortable cars, but they're also very agile for this type of vehicle. They're corner nice and flat, they're very composed. Mid-corner bumps don't kind of throw them around. They're really lovely for families. I've had almost too many to remember now, but the kids love them because even around tight corners, roundabouts, the car doesn't just keel over, and that can be really unsettling for passengers. And you know, kids in the back who get unsettled, we all know what the outcome of that normally is. But in travel sickness in these, the kids just don't suffer from, which they have in previous cars. But what I'm looking for on the test drive here is just signs of kind of a little bit of wear underneath, which is why I select this bit of road, by the way. This is quite a potholed road, and I'm listening out for the suspension to do its business in terms of kind of, you'll hear it going over the bumps, but I'm listening out for kind of secondary noises, little clanks, bangs, which might be kind of a little bit of rubbers perished underneath, allowing kind of drop links, that kind of stuff, anti-roll bar links to sort of chatter away, which can often happen, but there's nothing on this one at all. Absolutely solid as rock, feels tight, feels taut, feels borderline as new, in all honesty. But it really drives beautifully. But they're very comfortable cars. You know, long distances, you know, whether it be up the motorway or whether it be along more challenging A and B roads. You know, I've been sort of Devon, Cornwall, Lake District, North Wales in them, and they're really lovely cars to drive. Let's go and check the cruise control function. Works exactly as it should, which is fine. Also, as I'm driving along, just now I'm at the legal limit. It's nice and quiet, 60 miles an hour. I'm listening out for kind of wind noise intrusion that comes in, which you may get if you've got like a door seal damaged or badly fitted windscreen or sunroof. But all is in absolutely perfect order in here. Brake pedal on the car, I'm going to give it a nice shove now. Nice solid brake pedal, really is. There's no pulsing, which, you know, it would suggest it's got a warped brake discs. No kind of vibrations when you're hitting the brake pedal, which can be really horrible and annoying. They feel really solid and secure. Also, when you hit the brakes, it's going down nice and straight and true. It's not kind of lurching left, right, or otherwise again, which, you know, that means everything's sort of in kilter. Looking around inside the vehicle, we've not cleaned it. It's just literally just arrived, and it's in beautiful condition. It looks been fantastically well looked after, this car. All the plastics look really fresh, you know, almost factory fresh. What the video can't get over to you or, you know, impart is just how solid these cars feel. There's not even a hint of a squeak or a rattle from the interior of the car. It feels absolutely rock solid. But it feels quite hunkered down on the road as well. The whole car feels solid, you know, through the steering wheel, the seat of your pants. It's the whole feeling of the vehicle is of security. through build and build integrity, and they do a fantastic job of this Honda. The dashboard itself is very functional. It's not bland. It's, you know, it's got all the sort of the gizmos that we pretty much need this day and age. You've got, obviously, you know, sat nav, which you can see working perfectly there. It's a nice high up display. It's all push button, you know, a touch screen, very easy to use. Obviously you pop it into reverse, as you've seen on the previous video, and you've got a little parking camera, works really nicely on it as well. Ventilation system, you've got dual zone climate control, so side to side. Again, that's working exactly as it should, blowing out lovely cold air. Switch gear is of a really high quality. I do go on about this on the videos, but literally every single button you press has just a wonderfully damped, high quality actuation to it, which again is so sadly missing in cars. Well, they feel like it when they're new, but not when they're a few years down the line like this one. Coming across to the main dashboard of the vehicle, all working absolutely perfectly, really nice to sit behind, nice big symmetrical dials, very classic Honda actually, going back for, you know, many generations, but all pixelations absolutely perfect on it, but it looks and feels incredibly fresh, and you know, as I said, it'll hardly need cleaning, this car. It's so nice. Steering wheel again just feels like new in my hands. It feels really good indeed. These cars also operate what's, you know, it's a four-wheel drive car, but Honda, you know, clever company, but they worked out very quickly that the vast majority of owners of these cars will just be driving around like this. So, you know, a lot of its competitors run permanent four-wheel drive systems. Problem with that is you're running four-wheel drive when you don't need it, so you're eating up fuel, particularly tyre wear, but also a lot of mechanical wear and mechanical losses going through the car. What this car does, it runs the most efficient way to run a car, which is in front wheel drive, which is in at the moment. Only as and when you need four wheel drive will it do it for you. You don't press any buttons, no switches, nothing like that. So if you can imagine, you know, going across a muddy field, or, you know, a school fete or something, wheels start to spin, suddenly you just feel the car grip and go. The rear wheels kick in, and as soon as it realises it doesn't need it anymore, it switches itself off. And it is so clever. I mean, it's clever in its simplicity, and because of its simplicity, that, you know, we've never put a spanner on a four-wheel drive system on a CRV, and we've sold literally thousands of them now. It just shows how strong and tough this system is, and it's very effective indeed. As I said, the point of the video, as it always is when we do these things, is to look to see if there's any issues with the car that can relay back to you. And on previous videos, if you've seen any of mine, you know I always do report back what I can see and feel. I can't feel anything on this car. It feels absolutely spot on, which, given the ownership and history of the vehicle, as I said, it comes as absolutely no surprise. But, you know, that is a genuine feedback on the car. If I've obviously missed anything on the video that, you know, I should have mentioned, I do apologise. It's not by intent or design. Please do give us a call, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.